Ladies and gentlemen, good morning, good afternoon, good evening. I am your host, Data T, and this is my channel, The Good Guys. Guys, today's story comes out of Hartford, Connecticut, and the title reads, Suspect in Critical Condition Following Attempted Robbery in Hartford. Now, before we get into today's story, guys, if you wouldn't mind leaving a like, leaving a comment, subscribe. We are on the road to 1,000 subscribers, and I can only get there with your help. And feel free to follow me on Twitter, on Minds, and even on Truth Social. So let us get into today's story.
And thanks for joining us right now. First up tonight at 6, breaking news we have been following all day out of the capital city.
Investigators say 2 suspects tried robbing a clothing store. Pinpoint News Tracker shows us where it happened at the Exquisite Pressure clothing store on Park Street.
Channel 3 Hartford Bureau Chief Aya Galal is live at the Hartford Police Department with more on what she's learning tonight. Aya?
Hi there, Mark and Aaron. Well, I want to show you right now the clothing store where it all unfolded. Hartford police were out here for about 7 hours, and 2 suspects tried robbing the store. The clerk returned fire. One of the suspects was critically injured, and the other took off on foot. Crime scene tape covering Hartford's Park Street after an attempted armed robbery at a clothing store.
Sad, it's really sad.
Police say around 10:30 this morning, 2 people entered the Exquisite Pressure clothing store just as it was opening. The suspects tried to rob the store, which is fairly new on Park Street. The suspects pistol whipped the employee, and that employee fired a gun at the robbers.
Guys, what have we seen lately? And what we have seen lately is that employees, people that work at these businesses, these traditional brick and mortar businesses where they got to be there from 9 to 5 every day, or in some cases overnight, late night, whatever it may be. It is refreshing to hear that these employees are going to work armed. I don't think when these people get hired, I wonder, does the brick and mortar store talk about safety? Does it talk about, hey, this is a safe environment. You don't need to worry about doing anything. Maybe I may have an armed guard there. All those things. I wonder if they even talk about it. Because I got to tell you, if I'm an employee in a brick and mortar store, I'm going to carry my firearm. I'm going to have a gun. And I probably, if it doesn't come up from the employer, I'm not going to bring it up. I will keep it to myself. I will keep that sucker concealed. I will keep it there until I need it. And I have to say, what usually happens, and this is the sad part, is that when that employee uses that firearm, they usually get fired. And it's terrible, because then their policy comes out. Oh, well, we have a no weapons policy. Did you tell that to the criminal when he came in here and tried to rob the place? No, you didn't. So he can have a gun and I can't? I only pulled mine in defense. This guy came in here and tried to pull in a robbery with another individual. So things like this, they piss me off a little bit, but at the very least, what makes me happy is that this particular individual had a firearm on him and he brought it to work. Kudos, and I say good to you, sir. He is a good guy. Let us move on.
I'm not surprised because always something happen on the street in Hartford.
One of the suspects was critically injured and taken to the hospital. The other suspect took off on foot.
No, it's not right, yo. It's not right.
Multiple evidence markers were seen in the area of Park Street and Oak Street as detectives combed through evidence. Do you feel safe coming down here?
No, I do that.
Hartford police say surveillance footage from inside the Exquisite Pressure store and the surrounding area will play a crucial role in this investigation.
We have a lot of evidence on scene that will hopefully point us in the direction of the other suspect. But again, that's going to be some camera work, maybe some lab work. We'll see where that takes us. But plenty of pieces of evidence on scene to work with at this point.
And right now, Hartford police have not yet released the names of any of the individuals involved. I did, however, speak off camera with the mother of the store clerk. She was very upset, and she tells me she hopes that the other suspect is found. We're live in Hartford tonight.
So the mother of the store clerk who got pistol whipped, right? But ended up returning fire. She's spoken out, and she hopes that the other suspect gets caught. Absolutely, 100%. We want him to get caught. Okay, and I have to say this is good to hear, and I like the fact that nobody got killed. Yes, homeboy got shot, and he deservedly needed that to get some sense put into him, but at least nobody died. But I tell you what, there is another portion to the story. I think there is a detective, that police officer that was just here. I think he's going to further say something. I do want to hear that, and I think maybe we should all hear just what happened afterwards. Let's hear the rest of this, and then I'll play the other video.
Channel 3 Eyewitness News.
Okay, so we have that. Let's hear what this has to say, because this is a second part to that. Let's hear what this guy has to say.
This morning, our officers responded to the 500 block of Hartford and a shot spotter activation. They were here quickly. Officers that were in the area located a male suffering from a gunshot wound, or multiple gunshot wounds. He was taken to St. Francis Hospital, where he's currently in critical condition. At this point in the investigation, it appears that the two individuals entered the store at 523 Park Street as the establishment was opening. Two individuals rushed inside, began pistol whipping an employee there, and would appear to be an attempted robbery. At this point, it looks like the employee fired rounds at the suspect, striking one of them. The store employee did remain on scene and is cooperating with the investigation. The second party that rushed the store is outstanding at this point, meaning he fled on foot. We do not have him. I do not have any IDs at this point or ages.
Do you notice that every time, usually most of the time, guys, when a self-defender has used his firearm in self-defense, they usually stay on the scene. They usually cooperate with the police. Now, of course, they're going to find this guy because he works there. But most of the time, police officers usually will find the self-defender there, and he is the one that has stayed behind. And all these police, look at this, okay? All these guys here, they have taped up this scene. They got police everywhere. These mother flowers only come after the fact. They only come after the fact. And I don't blame them either. Okay, that's all they can do. I would like to see more preventative policing, meaning police officers actually on foot patrolling up and down the neighborhood instead of their vehicle chilling. I would prefer them. I like the bike cops because the bike cops are all over the place. I like them. They're actively in the neighborhood. But man, I always don't like seeing this scene where all these police officers roll up, and a lot of them sometimes are sitting there doing nothing. It's disheartening sometimes. Maybe they're gathering evidence. Maybe they're understanding the crime scene. Yes, some of them are getting training. All kinds of stuff I know comes about, and they got to secure certain things when they go get cameras and footage and all that kind of stuff. So yes, there is a purpose, but man, where is the preventative policing? That's what I want to see. Guys, I think that's it. You guys can come here and check this out. I'm not going to play the rest of this. At least it does highlight everything that's there. The police need to do their job and find that other joker. But imagine if this store employee who was pistol whipped did not have his gun, what would he have done? All those jokers that say you don't need a gun, fuck them. They don't know what they're talking about. Okay? You absolutely need a firearm. Everybody should have one. All good guys should have the ability to defend themselves. And i.e., that means you get a gun. Because these assholes who decide that they want to come and rob people of their good, hard-earned money. What does it take? What does it take to own a business? Do you know what it takes? It's hard stuff. 90% will fail. All of that jazz that we hear all the time. And these mother flowers want to roll up and take it? No. Good guys need to have guns. If good guys did not exist, if men did nothing, evil will triumph. And then there will be no good guys.